need to know before starting your clinicals in nursing school. Hi, my name is Michael. You can call me Nurse Mike here at IamNursing.com. Always know that I am nursing, you are nursing, and we are nursing. Okay, let's get started. What should you know? What should you be aware of before you even start your clinicals in nursing school? The first thing you should know is you need to make sure you know where the clinical site is. You need to do what they call a dry run. If you already know your clinicals as in a certain place and you have the address there, don't drive to your clinical site this first time on the day of your first clinicals. I would truly suggest you guys do a dry run. So let's say, for example, you know next Saturday you have your first clinicals at, let's say, St. Joseph's Hospital. What I would do the week before, the Saturday before, is drive to St. Joseph's at the very same time that you think it will take you to get there. So let's say you're gonna be, it's an hour drive normally, and it's and you have to be there by 7 o'clock in the morning, right? I would drive there the Saturday before and see if there's gonna be any traffic or potential traffic that's gonna happen. You want to be able to be ready. Now let's say, for example, that you know it's going to take a 1 hour drive, okay? So that means to get there by 7, you have to leave by 6. If you leave by 6, then you are already going to be late, because the truth is 7 means that you're already in the lobby or wherever the meeting point is, right? And the truth is, if you are on the dot, you are already late. You should be there a minimum of 15 to 30 minutes early. Because the last thing you want to do is you get off the car, you start, chugging and running really fast, or doing some fast walking to get inside, and then all of a sudden your heart's pounding, you're stressed out, you're sweating, right? Or if it's in the winter, you have to take off your coat, get ready. You don't want to do that. So do a dry run, but at the same time you want to be able to set it where you get to your clinical site 15 to 30 minutes early all the time. And that means if you have to be there by 7 o'clock, you should be there no latest than 6:45 in the morning, okay? So that's one thing you need to learn. The next thing is, if your clinical instructor is one of those nurse ratchety or those really, really hardcore nurses that expects you to have everything, or let's say they do a body check and then you don't have your stethoscope, you don't have your ID, and all of a sudden they send you home, that's one clinical that you lose, right? Actually, I went to a school that if you missed clinicals, you actually had to pay $500 to retake that clinical day. Like, it was that serious. They wanted to make sure that, look, when clinical starts, you better show up. And there was nothing wrong with that at all, that they were doing that. And trust me, I had to pay $1,000 extra because I missed 2 clinical days in my whole nursing program. Okay, so let's keep at it, right? Let's think about it. So if your clinical instructor is one of those type of nurses, one of the advices I can give you is have an extra pack, right? And what do I mean by an extra pack? It's an extra nursing pack. And this is what I always have done. What I ended up doing was that I went to my school and I actually purchased another student ID, right? I told them I lost my other student ID and I need another one. So what I ended up doing is that I had another bag. I had what I call my go bag, right? So like I'm in business now and I do a lot of traveling. I actually have a go bag where I have another bag just always ready for me to travel, so I don't have to worry about packing. But this is called having another go bag as a student nurse. In that go bag, I have another stethoscope, I have another ID badge, I have my pens, I have my pen lights, I have all my equipments that I need in case I forget my other bag, whether I left it at home or I'm lacking something from it. Okay? I'm lacking something from it. Okay, so that's something that you can do. You will never, ever, ever run out. And each one of my bags will always have 2 pen lights. I will always have, a pack of pens in there. I'll always make sure that I have, a little bit of everything that I'm actually needing. Okay? I wasn't one of those guys that needed one of those little cool clipboards, right? Those clipboards with everything on it. I didn't need all that. But I made sure I never got sent home because I didn't have my ID or my other nursing equipments that I need to have when it comes to to our nursing clinicals, right? Now, another thing you need to have is what they call a checklist. Meaning, do you have a checklist of knowing what you need to have every single day before when you are actually in nursing school, right? And that's why I mean nursing clinicals. So what I used to do is that I had a checklist always in my car, that what I ended up doing was every time I'm about to leave the car to go inside for clinicals, I just went through my checklist. Do I have this? Do I have that? Am I wearing my ID? Do I have my stethoscope? Do I have my BP cuff? Do I have my pens? Do I have my highlighters? Do I have everything that I know I need? And I'll always go through that checklist before I actually leave, so that when I go inside to meet up with the rest of my, my fellow classmates and my nursing instructor, I have everything that I actually needed without having to make sure that I run back to the car to get it in case I'm missing it. So create a checklist. We talked about that, making sure you have a go bag, making sure you actually do a dry run. That's an important thing. The next thing is this. Look, in your clinicals, your job is to make sure that you learn as much as possible, right? And that's the thing. There's going to be a lot of classmates that you guys are going to have that are going to try to hide and run from, potential experience in there because they're just scared. And I understand they can be scared, they can be nervous, but you need to be able to have that experience as much as possible. I'll give you guys a quick example. Like for myself, I kind of missed the mark, right? I missed the mark on starting a Foley catheter. I actually went through nursing school and nursing clinicals without doing a single female catheter. That's right. I was able to work in the mannequins and the dummies. I got checked off for that. But I never really got to insert a Foley catheter on a female patient ever. And I've had multiple opportunities, but I've had other students, classmates that actually jumped in and made sure they had those experience. And so what ended up happening was my first time of putting a Foley catheter in somebody was actually 3 months into my nursing career. I knew the basics, I knew what I needed to do, and all that stuff, but it was a nerve-wracking thing because I just realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never put a Foley catheter on a female patient in my whole life. Can you guys believe that? So for you guys, what you need to do is prepare yourself. Prepare yourself that when you walk into clinicals, once you have that nurse that actually works the floor and kind of gives you guys some orientation, put them in the side and say, listen, I'm here. I'm yours. Anything you want me to assist you with, I'm there. Anything that you want to give me, I'm there. Whatever you want, I'm your guy or I'm your gal. Choose me because everyone else is going to be hiding. I'm not. Have me paged. Because if you have to rely on your clinical instructor to kind of figure out how to assign certain things that are happening, they are not always going to be able to figure out what are the different things going on into the floor, right? Because there's always these last minute things that occur. So make yourself stand out. So be ready to be that person to stand out and tell them that I am the person that's ready, that I want to be the one chosen that when something comes up. So get yourself ready for that, okay? Now, what else should you remember? Oh yeah, you know what? They have all these really cool water bottles nowadays that, keeps the ice, staying for like 24 hours in those little bottles. It's really insulated and everything like that. Don't forget to actually make sure you hydrate yourself. You need to hydrate yourself when you're working in the floor. You just have to. That is one of the biggest things that a lot of people forget, is to keep themselves hydrated. And also make sure you have some form of a snack that you're having before, clinical start, and then you'll have your lunch eventually anyways. But number one is keep yourself hydrated. Make sure you have some form of snack. I've known some nurses that decides that they don't want to eat before clinicals because they're kind of nervous. But then all of a sudden, somewhere in the middle of clinicals, they're so tired. And so you just have to be able to make sure that you get yourself ready for that as well. All right, next thing is pick a nice pair of shoes. That's right, a nice pair of shoes. Don't just buy the shoes just because they look cool. They have to be very comfortable, right? No, don't worry. I mean, some of you guys want to be able to have that matching colors, not unless your school just requires you to wear all whites. But a lot of people have all these different things. They want to be fashion sensible, and that's not what it is. It's all about comfort. That's why we wear scrubs. We are one of the only professions that are allowed to wear pajamas at work. Be happy. Be comfortable. That's what you should be. let's say, for example, your school, has a school uniform or requirement, right? Maybe more likely the top has to be all the same, but the pants, they don't mind you kind of changing it up. So here's the thing, more pockets is way better for you, right? I'm telling you the truth. As a nurse, pockets are your friend. Okay, so make sure you have one of those, nursing scrub pants, as long as it's matching colors with the top of the requirements. That's why some schools, if they have, white as their nursing uniform, it's going to be very helpful for you. Although I'm not a white nursing uniform person because I hate washing whites. Anyways, more scrub pant pockets are going to be probably one of your bestest friends ever. Okay, so all right. I've shared with you guys several things that you should know and get yourself ready for it, right? Also, another thing, guys, is I don't know if your teachers require you guys to bring your books into school as well, right? Or into your clinicals. You know what, guys? Honestly, a nice backpack has always been my friend when it comes to nursing school. I mean, even until now, I almost told you guys my age, right? Oh, let's do this. If any of you guys can guess my age, okay? If any of you guys can guess my age, comment down below what my age is, right? The first 10 people that gets it correct, okay? The first 10 people, all right, that gets it correct, I'm actually going to be giving away, 5 shirts, right? 5 I Am Nursing shirts. I will send it to you for free if you guys guess my age, all right? So guess my age, that's the goal for today. All right, so anyways, I told you guys about the uniforms. I shared with a lot of things about you guys, what you need to know, what you need to have when, before you even start nursing clinicals. I hope this video actually helps you guys out a lot. If you have any comments, comment down below. Subscribe to our channel. This is IamNursing.com. My name is Nurse Mike, or you can call me Mike, Sir Mike, Mr. Mike, whatever you guys want. Always understand that I am nursing, you are nursing, we are nursing.